Season after season, the dream grows anew. They say that we are an important reality in Sardinia's agribusiness sector, and a fine example of a farm enterprise knitted by farsightedness and efficiency. But we prefer to talk about how we came to accept the challenge. Before becoming a plant, one must be a seed. We knew that in 1987, when the Santa Margherita Cooperativa was founded. We were young and had a certain experience in greenhouse management, but our main assets were a good dose of enthusiasm and the spirit of initiative. We felt we were a good seed, but that is not enough. Good soil is needed. And the soil of Sardinia, the soil that feeds the century-old home oak, is excellent soil. We based our bold commitment on these considerations, and the results were not long in coming. After the merger with the Terra e Sole Cooperative, our new partners' confidence increased, our enthusiasm and audacity, and in 1997 we received recognition from the European community for the expansion and solidity of our organization of producers. At that point, we realized that the germinated seed had become a plant, but we still faced the challenge of helping it in its growth. Today, the Santa Margherita Terra e Sole Cooperative has 180 members who work some 80 hectares of greenhouses located prevalently in the area of Santa Margherita di Pula in South Sardegna. Another 500 hectares located in different areas of the island are used for growing artichokes. Our experience in 15 years of activity represents an extraordinary exploit and an exciting story to tell. What was needed was a dynamic approach, one that would make it possible to introduce rapid changes in marketing strategies, structures, technical organization, and the kinds of produce that would satisfy the demands of rapidly evolving markets. We made the tough decision to limit quantity in favor of high quality and to raise our crops only in soil. Our obstinate and vigorous resolve to find solutions based on the use of leading-edge farming techniques allowed us to limit the use of chemicals, thus improving product quality and at the same time safeguarding the environment and the health of consumers. We must say that in this challenge we have been supported by two truly special islands. First of all, the land on which we operate, where the woodlands are the largest and the beaches the most beautiful in Sardinia. This land has been farmland since the 19th century, when the Counts Nieto introduced farm machinery on their land at Santa Margherita, dried the marshes and began raising crops. But the history of this land goes much further back. It has been inhabited since Neolithic times and was chosen by the Phoenicians as their first settlement, Nora, Sardinia's first town. Our other allies in this adventure are Sardinia's soil, wind and sun, its insularity, with the action of the sea to influence the climate the best advantage. Cultivation in soil, natural sunlight and pollination give our produce the characteristics of total genuineness, which means full and harmonious flavor together with a more intense and natural fragrance. Sardinia's land is blessed with the precious virtue of transforming adversities into flavorful opportunities. In particular, scanty rainfall makes the aquifer slightly brackish. For us, quality is to the utmost importance. It has been so from the very beginning of the challenge. But we did not want to stop at the growing of quality produce. We had to safeguard it and make sure that quality was maintained all the way to the consumer's dining table. Thus, we decided to organize the work in the member companies and in the cooperative itself in accordance with an ISO 9001 certified quality control system. We now also employ a system of traceability from beginning to end, which is certified by an independent agency in accordance with UNI 10939 specifications. All this makes it possible to monitor the product throughout the entire cycle, from the greenhouse to when it leaves the warehouse, providing information and the possibility of intervening in real time, which means added value for our products. The objective of producing with the highest priority assigned to the health of consumers and respect for the environment led to our decision to cultivate using integrated defense methods, a farming technique that takes advantage of natural resources and ecosystem regulatory mechanisms which keep to a minimum the need for chemicals. Our stringent policies concerning quality control and respect for the environment are a good calling card for presentation on European markets. This is where our land becomes a caput vie from which we measure the ever shorter distance that separates us from the rest of Europe, where we send the incomparable flavors and fragrances of Sardinia's produce. Over the years, our commitment has seen the seed grow into a robust plant, fruits of which now cross the sea. They say that we have succeeded in our challenge, but we prefer to say that we have not yet stopped striving for victory.